What's up, YouTube? In some places, governments pay couples to have babies because they want to encourage more children. But and they have low birth rates and stuff like that. So I thought about, let's have a look at what it costs if your wife or your girlfriend goes to hospital, and hopefully you have insurance that covers that delivery service. Otherwise, mate, this was eye-opening. Let's have a look.
How much it costs to have a child in the United States. So first off, labor room and delivery, $6,205.83. Room charge semi, not really sure what that means, $1,691. Laboratory, $1,045.51. Laboratory path, $570.70. Pharmacy, this one gets me because I can tell you when I was there, I had 1 bag of Pitocin, 1 ibuprofen, 1 stool softener, and 1 prenatal vitamin, $232.60. So the total for that section is $9,745.64. So then for Koa's services, just some things he had to get done in the...
That was just for her. That is just for the mother. Koa is Koa the baby. Now that the baby costs.
In the hospital. One of them, $464. The other one, $402, for a total of $866. And then this one's my favorite, the OB services, $5,695. So may I remind you, my doctor got into the room when I was 10 centimeters dilated. She broke my water and I pushed for 3 minutes.
Wow.
Baby was out. She left, never saw her again. $5,695. So,
huh? I mean, if you can ever become a doctor, $5,000 for 3 minutes.
before insurance, we're looking at just over $15,000 to have a baby. And may I remind you, this was probably the smoothest delivery possible. So I got to the hospital 2:54, delivered 3:17, was out within like 24 hours of having the baby. So $15,000 for the most simple delivery out there. We had no complications. I didn't have an epidural, barely took any drugs. He was totally healthy. $15,000.
$15,000. She did not stay in the hospital. I mean, she had the baby, delivered the baby, most probably stayed there for a few hours, and then post-delivery checkups and stuff like that, and then went home. Same day. 15,000. Where do you guys get this kind of money from?
After insurance, it's only $3,345. But we wonder why people don't have more kids. It's because of this.
Okay, so after insurance it was just 3,000, what, 3,300. So it seems worth it to pay your insurance, right? And then really just hope and pray that you have a normal delivery. I mean, these people, these doctors, hospitals, they can really charge you any amount of money with today's inflation. I mean, you can't stop having a baby, right? And you have to pay the insurance, otherwise they have you. So if they increase the insurance per month, what are you supposed to do? Wow. Alright, so hers came in at 15,000 for 1 day. Comments. My bill before insurance was 106,000. Yeah, user 192, but I guess also I mean, this girl didn't stay in the hospital. That room stay in the hospital, and then they depend on the room, right? If you like share with 4 people in a room, or 2 people in a room, or you have your private bedroom also. I mean, that is a massive, massive, massive cost. Yeah, I just threw the bills in the trash. They stopped calling me after a year. Yeah, I get that's not the smartest way, but I mean, what, are you going to return the baby to the hospital if you don't pay? But it gets worse, gentlemen. Here we have a little couple. How much it costs to have a baby in America?
In America.
Specifically in East Texas.
Our indie girl is about 6 months old. We got all of our hospital bills. We've added them all up, and we have a pretty good estimate to share with you guys.
This is without insurance, with cash pay. Our hospital charge was $13,195.
That can be broken down into like so many different categories. Starting off with the private room that we were in was $1,000 fee.
Like the big fees, there's tons of other things,
Yeah.
But epidural tray is $115. Fetal monitoring belt was $10. Pack of gloves was $10.
The actual vaginal delivery was $6,000.
The epidural injection was $2,000.
The other girl paid like $5,000 for the doctor just to come in and deliver. This girl is on $6,000. Wow, these doctors rake it in. Hey, wow, they make a lot of money.
Also paid the anesthesiologist, the one that gave the injection, $3,770.
To get a catheter, $300.
Labor and delivery recovery was $360, and then every additional 30 minutes was another $125. Labor care was $620 with an additional 8 hours of $320.
And I don't know what a non-stress level test is, but that was $450.
And then that doesn't take into account all of her OB appointments. Her doctor was $5,600 for a grand total to have a baby in Texas, $23,070 without insurance.
But she was totally worth it.
23,000. Let me just 23,000 without insurance. Yeah. What can one say? You can buy a small second-hand car for yourself for that price. 23,000, and that is for her to really just to walk out of the hospital on day 1. This is not, there's nothing included, formulas, diapers, all kinds of baby beds and dummies and everything. This is just the delivery fees, gentlemen. Wow, you must be so careful when you are out there. It's ridiculous. I'm just jealous of your baby just snoozing. Yeah, whatever. Seems accurate. My wife had postpartum complications, and that made our grand total 117,000. That is the yearly salary of normal people. What do you do if you don't have insurance? Do you go back? Do you go and work for the rest of your life at the hospital? I mean, do you clean pots and pans? What the fuck? What are you supposed to do? No wonder insurance can just push up their prices 900% over the past 20 years or whatever. I mean, we looked at a video about this the other day. You don't really have a choice. You can either choose to have insurance or not have insurance. There's not a middle ground here. Oh, I'll have insurance for 1 month, I'll deliver the baby, and then after that I won't have insurance again. It doesn't work that way. Oof. That poor man, eh? What was 117,000? Okay, let's move on. How much it costs to have a baby in America? This girl says 44,300.
$4,318.41. I had my little guy 3 weeks ago, so they definitely wasted no time sending me that bill. I had a vaginal birth with epidural, no complications, and I was in the hospital for about 2 days. So I'm gonna break everything down for you guys and show you guys how much everything costs and how much my insurance did cover. A private 1-bed room and board was $10,100. Pharmacy.
Just stop there. You see, so there, somebody asked on the first one, or said something, it wasn't that expensive, but the first girl, she went to hospital on the same day delivery and she left the hospital same day as well. A room and board, 10,000. 10,000 for a room. I guess it's a 1-bed, is it? Private, yeah. It's a private room. But $10,000 for this mom just to lie in this room, just to recover. Wow. I don't know all of these things, but what's the other big one here? Labor room and delivery. 10,000. I guess that's the doctors that take care, again, 5,000-6,000 for the doctor just to come in, break your water, deliver the baby. Sure.
Pharmacy was $89.40. Laboratory was $859. My epidural was $1,845. Labor room and delivery was $10,275. Specialty services was $585, and then other services was $1,347. And that's just one bill. We have multiple bills to go through, guys. But my insurance did cover $20,353.62.
All right, so there, at least 20 of the 25 is covered by insurance. So there is a reason why one has insurance, right? But she still has to pay 5,000 out of pocket. Or copay. What is copay? I don't know.
And then I also still have to pay my doctor who delivered my baby. So that was $4,395.85, and that's with insurance already. I'm not sure exactly how much it would have been without insurance. And I did get another epidural bill, and this is just for the doctor, not the epidural itself. And that is $2,060.86. And then lastly, baby boy also gets a bill too, and his bill is $12,761.30. And this is without insurance. We're still waiting for him to process on our insurance. So for now, this is the cost without it. And if you're curious on how much we pay for insurance for our family of 5 now, it's $2,500 a month. We originally were paying $2,138.48 for just the 4 of us. But other than that, that is how much it costs to give birth in America.
Wow. So they charge the mom separately from the baby as well, right? Because they have to do tests and everything on the baby, and injections and all those kind of things. Check the blood flow. Wow. And I mean, that's a debt. You have to pay it. You have to pay it. So if you are currently just earning enough to survive, really, where all of a sudden do you get 44,000, 50,000? Where? I mean, are there loans, baby delivery loans, like student loans? Sure, it's expensive to have a baby in America, guys. What does Shah say? Shah, in my country it's literally free. Wow, nice. America's healthcare system is a joke. How does a newborn have a 12,000 bill? Yeah, it's crazy. But they do tests on everything on that baby, right? They do a lot of blood tests and stuff like that on the babies. The baby has to pay to be born. I mean, and these are just normal deliveries. There are no complications. And these people are staying in the hospital, what was it, 1 day, 2 days. 2 days in the bedroom, in the private bedroom. 2 days. You can stay in a massive cool hotel for 10,000 a day, hey? Let's go.
For reference, I had an emergency C-section and I stayed in the hospital for 3 days post-delivery, so that will probably impact the pricing, but let's get into it. Room and board ran me $5,248, pharmacy $4,890, laboratory $4,067, and I think they literally took blood once. Operating room service $16,089.
Yeah, but her operating room, I mean, she said she had a C-section, right? So that's not normal birth even. I mean, it's a C-section, so there were more specialists in the delivery room. Surgeons.
Anesthesia $2,948. Imaging service, maybe ultrasound, but I don't remember them taking any imaging otherwise. $1,516. Emergency room $3,428. Recovery room $7,627. Labor room and delivery $2,893. Specialty service, I don't know what that is, $992. Other diagnostic service $581, surgery $447. And then there's some other like little charges here and there, which brings us to a grand total of $50,441.86. Let's see what
What did you say there?
and 86.
50,000. I mean, she's reading these expenses just like doom, 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 doom. It's like, yes, candy for you, yes, candy for you, yes, candy for you. Who do you question? Who do you stop? Do you say no? I don't want to pay this 16,000 for this operating room because I don't want that doctor and that doctor or those nurses. They cannot come in. You can do sweet blue nothing. Nothing. You just have to pay. Are there people that go out and question these payments? Maybe. I mean, but how do you can question, okay, show me the pharmacy, show me the pills. Show me the pills that I paid for or something like that. But I mean, how do you go and question the nurse in the delivery room, her hourly rate, or the doctor's hourly rate, or the room where you are going to recover, the mum is going to recover, and now here's the bill for 10,000 for the night. You can't really go back and dispute that, can you? 50,000. But wait, it will get worse. Should have stayed in Belfast to give birth. That is crazy prices. Wow, that's crazy. In Sweden, it's free. Wow. Wow. Free in Belfast. Belfast, I don't know, where's Belfast? It's crazy hearing the price of health care and labor. Yeah, it is. Compared to living somewhere with free health care. Wow. American men, there's another one that they like add on for you. Oh, you're going to pay more. You're going to pay this also. Hospital bill breakout for labor and delivery. This was my hospital bill for giving birth in the US. no complications, veg birth. Okay.
Had a baby, I always wondered how much it costs to have a baby here in the US. I have pretty good health insurance, but this is the breakdown of my hospital bill. So the first thing was the room where I stayed at after delivery, and that was $17,760. Pharmacy, $55. Medical surgical supplies, $1,323. Non-sterile supplies, $2,437.
What is a non-sterile? Is that the bed that the mother lies on? What is non-sterile supplies? I mean, those are the things that was probably used with every delivery, like sink or the broom. Hello, Peter.
Sterile supply, $50. Lab work, $1,484. Immunology, $450. Hematology, $1,098. Anesthesia, $615 for that nice epidural. Drugs required, $59. Delivery room, $20,395 for a.
So it's the private rooms that the mums sleep in, and it seems it's the delivery room. You see, you can't question that.
Whopping total. Oh wait, no, I missed it. I don't even know what the heck this is. $5,657, and then for a whopping total of $51,383. This is before insurance, and just as an FYI, there was no complications at all during my birth, natural delivery, no issues whatsoever.
Here's your baby, and here's your $50,000 bill as well. Have a nice life on day 1 or day 2 of the baby. Kids are lovely. I mean, do people really look at these kind of things? Huh? Do they actually look at this? There we go. They expect you to return the baby if you don't pay, correct? How is the US still not childless? Shh, be quiet, Peter. Delivery room, 20,000. Did you buy it? Yeah, that is crazy, man. Wow, we were 50,000. Before I started looking at these things today for this, just to get some TikToks, I was under the impression it's like 5,000. Maybe like 10,000. 50. But it gets worse. This girl, it cost me $125,000 to have my daughter 8 months ago. This is mind-boggling to me.
$25,000 to have my daughter 8 months ago in Southern California. Yeah, you heard that right. $125,000. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Kenzie. I'm starting a new series on things I wish I knew before I had my baby. Starting off strong with number 1, the bill. Let's get into it.
So this was my bill, the $116,491. Here's the breakdown. Here is the second part of the breakdown. So obviously the most expensive part was the general anesthesia. I did have an emergency C-section, and then room and board was.
So gentlemen, you really just hope that it all goes normal. if there must be an emergency C-section or there's any complications with the baby turning or anything like that, they are just going to add on those bills like crazy. That emergency, wherever they have to like perform an emergency something. Wow, hers is also crazy, eh? Private bedroom, 23,000. Her pharmacy is 20,000. And then there's a 40,000 for the anesthesia. And the recovery room, where they have like a nurse or whatever watching over you.
Quite pricey for a couch that gave my fiance terrible back pain for months. And this is my baby's bill, $9,279. Mind you, she didn't even have any health problems. Nothing was wrong. Picture of health. Still.
Again, she's paying for the property. It's the nursery room where she had to lay 6,500 of the 9,000.
$9,279.
Obviously, when I was pregnant, I wasn't really thinking about how much it was going to cost me to give birth because no amount would make me not give birth. I just want to say, do your research a little bit on what it could potentially cost, although birth is kind of extremely unpredictable, which will be a time for another video. But I would just get a little bit educated on the things that your specific insurance covers and how much that bill could potentially be so that you're not as shocked as I was. It cost me.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, people that just blindly go into, oh, let's have children, let's have 3 children, let's have 5 children. Or woman that's just delusional, that's like, no, when I get married, I'm at least want 3 children. At prices like this on day 1 of your childbirth, that dad must have a very, very, very well paid job. Wait, so was it all covered with insurance though? And then yeah, it was. My insurance covered most of it, okay. Sure. So if you have a slight difference from normal birth to C-section, it jumps up. The previous ones were like 44, 50,000. Now all of a sudden, the C-section involved there and recovery, you're going to like 120,000. So that C-section alone is like, what is that? 60, 80,000. Because you still have to recover in the hospital because it is a scar and a surgery involved. Alright, let's finish up here. This girl, her baby, total price in dollars in the US for a baby is 13 days stay in the ICU. So maybe there were some complications with the baby. 2 weeks in the ICU for this baby. Full-time monitoring. $175,000. Wow, it is really, really, really expensive. America's healthcare is a joke. Damn, you got some good insurance. Oh, is it the insurance paid it? The insurance paid it. That's so. But if she didn't have the insurance, and we heard the previous girl said they pay like 2,500 a month, or 2,100 for 4 people on insurance. And we pay taxes What did that Jessica say there? My baby was in the intensive care for 5 months. We are sitting at $3 million. What do you, as a dad, as a new dad, do when something like this happens? We all don't want this to happen to any of our children, but there's also always a possibility of something happening, right? So when the insurance comes every month, do we just bitch and moan about it and we just pay for it? Whew, I don't know, gentlemen. This was a little bit of an eye-opener for me. I didn't expect it to be this expensive. What do you guys think? Are these the kind of bills that you encounter in your life as well? Righto. Okay, YouTube. Have a good one. Do the like, not like. You want to follow, have a good one. Alright. See you later, YouTube.